Can you finish off the over nicely as well? It's Wasim Aziz on strike. Another swing and a miss. 6 deliveries on the mark, and what an over to start off. End of the first over. It is none for none. And the army side have begun on the right note. Maiden in the first over to start off. And it is Nishant who will bowl the next. It's never easy to play against a CCFC side. They play regular cricket. They are on the mark. But such has been the start from the army side at CCFC, having to play out a maiden right in the first over. Here's Nishant. Starts off with a full toss. Bit of a loosener. The batsman pushes it down towards long off for a single. Gets off the mark, does Yusuf Chishti. Brings Wasim Aziz on strike, who was struggling in the first over. But now it's not the same bowler, and when it's not the same bowler, just changes the equation of the game. Nishant, bit of a loosener that first ball. Full toss on the stumps. Easy single towards long off from Yusuf. Now here's Wasim. That's straight up in the air. Who just falls short of the fielder? How lucky was Wasim Aziz there? Gets off the mark as well. But these are dangerous signs for the batting team. What a phenomenal start it has been for the army side. But they need to get the early breakthrough here, because if these two players bat out the initial few overs of the power play, this pitch has a lot in it to offer them. Advances down the track and an almighty heave altogether. A complete swing and a miss. Looking to be aggressive right from the word go, the CCFC side. But at the moment, it's the army side well on top. Advanced down the track on that occasion. The keeper had a shy at the stumps. Gets off the mark, or rather gets away from strike on this occasion, the Yusuf.
Wasim Aziz on strike.
Has been a brilliant start by the bowling side. Short and wide, and finally one cut away, but what fielding that is at point. From the number 77. Stopped the certain boundary there. Saved 3 for his side. Still not being able to get off to a flyer here, the CCFC side. Final ball of the over. He needs to finish it off on a high. He has been brilliant so far, Nishant. Needs to bowl one on the spot. Once again advances down the track, but sensibly played in the end for a single. End of 2 overs, it's CCFC 5 for no loss. bowled a brilliant first over, did Madan. And once again, it's Wasim Aziz on strike. Or rather, it's Yusuf Chishti on this occasion. Wasim Aziz struggled against him in the first over. What can Yusuf do though? Once again, right on the spot, but really well played this time. In the gap, it's running away to the boundary. The fielder puts the slide in to keep it down to 2. Really good work there. But this is better. Much better from Yusuf. Trying to play in the V. Showing more of technique than Wasim. But it's players like Wasim who can light up the stage when they get going. Pitched up and smacked down the ground for the first boundary of the game. Oh, make no mistake, that's a brilliant effort. I was a little too quick in saying that that is the first boundary of the game. Oh, what fielding down at the long off boundary to keep it down to 2. They have already saved a couple of boundaries on the field, have the army side. Just showing their fitness. And just as to how fit they are. That is a brilliant effort on the boundary line. Wow. Once again from the number 77. But this time, it's a brilliant shot. Over extra cover from Yusuf. And this time it will certainly be the first boundary of the game. Was denied a boundary of the last ball, but this time advanced down the track and smacked it over covers. A couple of bounces and into the fence. There she goes. Brilliantly bowled, but that's edged and once again runs away to the third man fence for another boundary. Oh, where was the slip? But when you are batting, like this man is batting in this over, the slip just goes away. In T20 cricket, Yusuf Chishti, the kind of exquisite stroke play he has displayed in this game so far. Oh, who will keep a slip for him? This is T20, guys, not Test cricket. All the old lovely fans of Test cricket. This is T20. Once again advances down the track. This time, though, Madan up to the mark. Swing and a miss. And this will keep the bowler interested as well. Yusuf looking to be ultra aggressive will keep Madan interested. Despite having smacked for a couple of boundaries in this over, he will feel that he has a chance. And if he can get the wicket of Yusuf here, wow. That's well played by Yusuf in the end. And this scamper across for a single to end the third over. 18 for none at the end of 3. Yusuf on strike and the keeper has come up now. This is good play. They saw that Yusuf is advancing down the track, so the keeper is up now. Nishant, short and wide. Yusuf will feel like he missed out on that occasion, but he will get another extra delivery for that. At times what also happens is the keeper coming up does disrupt the line and length of the bowler. He just feels that he cannot pitch it up anymore. He has to bowl that back of length. Right there, right there. Chance of a run out, but Yusuf makes it in time. keeper still up for Wasim as well. Wasim does not advance down the track. The keeper might well be better off if he stays back. Going at 6 and over here at the moment. That's really good bowling. Spot on with his line and length. Just bowling that back of a length line outside the off stump. Making the batsman do all the hard work. But this is good batting from Yusuf as well. Just respecting the good delivery and nudging it off for a single. This is really good batting from Yusuf Chishti. Wasim needs to make sure that the pressure to score runs is not all on his partner. Appeal and given. Did that pitch outside the leg stump? Wasim just stands there in disbelief. He thinks that would have missed the leg stump. Oh, we'll have to look at the replays of that one. This will make it clear. Where did that pitch? From another angle. That does certainly look like that is not a great decision by the umpire. Pitched outside leg and probably would not even have gone on to hit the stumps. And even if the ball did come in and struck the pads, the impact probably might have been outside leg stump. And leave that. The very first thing is where did that pitch, and that certainly pitched outside the leg stump. He can consider himself really, really unlucky. And Wasim Aziz. So Wasim Aziz's struggle comes to an end. Departs for 3 of 10 balls. And Nishant with the first wicket of the game. And just to remind you guys, there is no DRS available here. So whether the batsman likes it or not, he will have to stick with the umpire's decision. Irfan Ahmed is the new man in. Irfan Ahmed has scored 102 runs in 15 games with the highest score of 33. So the stats probably not quite enough to make a judgment as to how this guy bats. What will be on display though is his talent. Can he do it? Short and wide. Struggling just that little bit with his line here, Nishant. The length is perfect, make no mistake. And if from what little I could make of Irfan Ahmed's technique, you bowl at the stumps, he might just miss it. Oh, right on cue. How close was that? That was really close. This angle will not be the perfect angle to just show us as to how close was that. Probably a straighter angle will be better, more beneficial. Cut away and cut to the fence. It's good shot to get off the mark from Irfan, and at the end of 4 overs, CCFC 26 for 1. Madan continuing here. That's wide down the leg side and the keeper just not able to gather it. That will be 5 wides and some much needed runs for the CCFC side. He has been brilliant, impeccable with his line and length so far has been Madan. But that one probably just slipping out of his hand. Tried the big booming in swinger. As you can see, just wanted to cut that ball in. It's probably just worked out Yusuf here. Looking to come down the track. Looking to play on the up. So if he can beat him on the inside edge. Wow. The planning was spot on. The execution not quite so. This time looking to get the ball away from the batsman. Well played by Yusuf. Batsman will scamper across for a single. Struck on the pads but going down the leg side on that occasion. Bit of an appeal but nothing from the bowler. Just not interested. But once again he's trying to get the ball in. Still not getting the perfect in swinger. He's getting the ball to move but that line can be just that outside that off stump. Needs to be a shade wider there. The length, as I said, is impeccable. Needs to be bowling that touch bit fuller and start the ball outside the off stump. Make the batsman play and get the ball in. There, exactly there, but that's beautifully played. Batsman will scamper across for a single, but that was a really good shot because the ball was exactly what Madan wanted to bowl. But by now the batsman probably understanding as to what Madan wants to bowl. Had he got the execution on that one perfect, first ball might have ended him with a wicket. Now the batsman knows what he's doing, especially Yusuf Chishti who's on strike here. Let's that one go. Was there to be hit, but probably Yusuf had made up his mind. That's a really good delivery and an even better shot. One bounce and over the ropes. It's a really good shot from Yusuf Chishti. Once again, advances down the track. Nothing much wrong with the delivery at all. Just a quality cricket shot. And if Yusuf Chishti stays out there, he can just run away with the game. Final ball of the 5th. It's much better from Madan. Keeping Yusuf on the back foot, who is denied a single by his partner. That ends the 5th over at 37 for 1. And here's something you don't often see in T20 cricket. Two bowlers bowling 3 overs apiece in the power play. Generally, you see, nowadays you even see captains bowling 6 different bowlers in 6 overs in the power play. But when the two bowlers have bowled as good as Madan and Nishant have, why not stick with them? And I do think that Nishant has it in him to get the better of Irfan Ahmed here. Just that technique that Irfan Ahmed has, he will be susceptible to the incoming ball. That's straight up in the air. Shortcut fielder calls for it and takes it. And just as I said, Nishant might just have a little too much here for Irfan Ahmed. Irfan throws his wicket away. Departs for 5. Just never looked settled at the crease. The CCFC reeling here inside the power play. 38 for 2. And Nishant gets his second.
Second wicket has fallen for CCFC. Nishant away the new batsman. Command doing well here. CCFC. Yusuf Chishti batting on 23. 16 balls with 3 boundaries. Taking 2 wickets.
Nishant away the new man in. Ooh, how close was that? Oh, he has actually chopped it on. For a second, I did think that it just went over the stumps. But wow, third wicket for Nishant, and he is on fire here. CCFC 38 for 3 inside the power play, and wow, they are reeling. That was short and wide, could have been cut away to the fence. But that jagged just that little bit in. Little unlucky. But as they say, there is nothing lucky or unlucky in professional sports. Departs for a golden duck. Does Nishant Dave, and CCFC in all sorts of trouble here. Brings Zafar Aziz Khan to the crease as he will face the hat-trick ball from Nishant. The last time I was on the mic, it was at the Gulmohar Cricket Stadium, and there was a guy called Kavin Doshi who was bowling some serious heat. So he walked in the studio, just took up the mic, and he did the unthinkable. Took the hat-trick, got the batsman clean bowled. This time, it's Learned Colonel Nishant with the ball. Hat-trick ball. Zafar Aziz Khan on strike. Appeal, huge appeal, but just striding down the leg side. A couple of inches inside, and that would have been the hat-trick. Oh, how close was that? How close was Nishant to taking a hat-trick? Probably, Aziz being a southpaw just could not adjust to the line. needed some help from the umpire. He did get some almighty help from the umpire for the first wicket. This time, just not getting it. It's turning out to be an absolutely brilliant over. 3 dot balls so far and a couple of wickets. Can he finish it off with a bang? Can he nip another one here? Can he break the bone of the CCFC side? Because once you get into the middle order, they can just fall like 9 pins at the moment. Oh, what was turning out to be a brilliant over. Just wide down the leg side. Could have been an easy smack, but the batsman just letting it go, getting that extra run and that extra delivery for his side. Another wide. He's just struggling with his line here. And this is what a right hand and a left hand pair can do. That is the reason why the saying in cricket goes that batsmen do hunt in pairs. And a left hand right hand combination at the crease always makes it so much difficult for the bowlers. This time it just chucked back into the left hander. The batsman will scamper across for a single. Zafar gets off the mark. At the end of the power play, the CCFC 41 for 3. And what a start this has been for the army side, and especially for Nishant Kalra.
At the end of 6 overs, CCFC are 41 for 3. Yusuf is batting on 23 and Zafar on 1. Colonel Kalra has bowled 3 overs for 3 for 16 and Madan has bowled 3 overs, 1 made and none for 25.
Interesting, really interesting. Madan to bowl out here, and probably the more sensible decision. So many times we do see that the strike bowlers are not given that final over after the power play just to save their overs for the end. But if he can nip another one here, Madan, wow, they can just end the innings, and the innings might never reach the final overs. So this is a really good decision from the captain. Madan has gone for 25 runs so far, but he has been absolutely brilliant. Bowled a maiden to start off the game. Set the right tone for the start of the game, basically. And bowlers hunt in pairs as well. And we have seen this right from the days of Dennis Lilly and Jeff Thompson. Appeal, huge appeal. Oh, that looked pretty adjacent. That did look pretty adjacent. Probably the impact saving him, but we will have to take another look at that one. That really looked close. Pretty sure had there been DRS, we would have gone upstairs. That really looked close. Let's have a look at that one. Probably the impact saving him, because that would have gone on to crash into middle and off. Got that stride out, and probably the impact saving the batsman on that occasion. But this is brilliant bowling from Madan. Just bowling that teasing line in length outside off stump, nipping the ball inside, and I'll not be surprised if he looks to shape this one away from the batsman. Does exactly that. The batsman though ready for that. Another dot. And actually they can bowl out both their strike bowlers back to back. Will not be surprised if Nishant continues from the other end. This has been another great start to the over from Madan. It's a good flick. towards square leg will just be a single, but that shot will give a lot of confidence to Zafar Aziz Khan. Right off the meat of the bat. And one shot can do so much in cricket. And Yusuf Chishti, who started off like a house on fire, has just gone quiet. And it is not because of his own efforts. He has seen 3 players getting out at the other end. Been such a long time since Yusuf Chishti last faced a delivery. Here he is, on strike, Madan. Pitched up. That will be a single. Probably needs to bowl that line outside the off stump here, does Madan. At the moment, it's easy singles for Yusuf. He can bowl that line to Zafar though. Can bowl the exact same delivery he did on the last occasion. He bowled to Zafar. Needs to be targeting that 4th stump line outside the off stump from round the wicket. Madan. Appeal, huge appeal, but once again not given by the umpire. Probably that one was a little too high. As we look at the replay. Ooh, that was not high at all. Probably would have crashed into middle end leg, top of middle end leg. So a couple of decisions going in favor of the batting side. After the first one, clearly went for the bowling side. End of 7 overs, it's 43 for 3. On expected terms, Nishant to bowl out here. And I don't really think that they need to spread the field, the army side. They can actually bowl, probably with 5 fielders inside the ring. Get 4 back, get third man fine leg, a deep point and a deep square leg on the edge of the boundary. Keep mid off and mid on up. Invite Yusuf to go over the top. He just drives it down the ground for a single. Oh, they've come back for 2. That's really good running. That's really good running by Zafar Khan. Appreciated by his teammates. Goes downtown and gets a single. Goes off strike. And Nishant will fancy bowling to Zafar Aziz Khan, being the new man. Because Yusuf Chishti at one end has looked ever so composed. He has just not looked like he can get out at the moment. On the other hand, Zafar Khan, still new to the creases. Still has not got his eye in. Nishant needs to be pitching the ball up here. Needs to be inviting Zafar to go over the top. Does exactly that, and Zafar goes down the ground. Will just be a single though. Good work. Good work at the long off boundary. That's a really good delivery. Punch straight back to the bowler. One more delivery remaining in what has been a mighty fine spell from Nishant. As we can see, the light starting to take effect now. Advances down the track and goes straight back over the bowler's head. And that will bring a lot of respite to the batting side. End of 8 overs. CCFC 51 for 3.
At the end of 8 overs, CCFC are 51 for 3. Yusuf is batting on 31 and Zafar Aziz Khan on 3. Both the opening bowlers have finished their quota of overs. Shubham Kumar is the new bowler. Another right-arm fast bowler. Zafar Aziz Khan on strike.
Shubham Kumar, the new bowler. And he has an important responsibility on his hands here. After what has been an absolutely magnificent spell from the two new ball bowlers, he needs to carry on the good work. Right arm pace from round the wicket will be interesting to see at what point of time does the army side bring their spinners into the game, because the pitch does look that it will spin. Here's Shubham Kumar though. Nice run up, decent pace as well. Pitches the first ball up. Push down towards long off for a single. And this will be an interesting battle. Shubham Kumar with his pace against the technique of Yusuf Chishti, who has looked to dominate the bowlers so far. Probably a warning. I'm not pretty sure whether that is an official warning or not from the umpire for Shubham Kumar for coming in the danger zone. Back to over the wicket for Yusuf Chishti. It's a good drive towards long off for another single. My opinion, he needs to be bowling over the wicket to Zafar Aziz Khan as well. Does not need to switch to that round the wicket angle. The ball still seeming just that little bit under lights. Will be better off bowling from over the wicket. For the moment, he continues to bowl from round. Short and wide. A dot. Those are the kind of deliveries that you cannot afford to let go as a batsman. Need to be making full use of those deliveries. They have been far and few and far in number so far. So the moment you get a short and wide delivery, make sure you punish the bowlers. Put the pressure back on the bowling side. At the moment, they are just bowling the deliveries at the correct spot and making the batsmen do all the hard work. Gets the big toe out there, because that was absolutely smacked by Zafar Aziz Khan. If not for the big toe, that might have just got to the boundary. Saved another 3 for his side. The fielding in this game has been absolutely top notch so far. The way Shubham Kumar stands on his run up before just delivering the delivery reminds me a little of Mustafizur Rahman, who does the exact same thing. just before he runs into bowl. Probably spin needs to be introduced from the other end. He's pulling seam up at the moment. Still not cross seam. That's a full toss. But the batsman fails to take full toll. Single down towards the long off boundary. Has gone for just 4 runs in his first over. Shubham still leaves so much more to be desired. The kind of run up and the kind of action this guy has, if he starts getting it spot on, might cause a lot of havoc in the opposition. It's another good delivery. Another good delivery to finish off the 9th over. 55 for 3 at the end of 9. Jayjeet Jaiswal in the attack. And off spin being introduced. This pitch is not a belter by any stretch of imagination. The ball is stopping and coming onto the bat. And if the batsman looks to go big, he might just get it straight up. The off spinner can get a bit of purchase as well. Here's Jayjeet Jaiswal. Pitches it straight up. And Yusuf Chishti goes over extra cover inside out. It's a really good shot, but will earn him just a single. Jayjeet though will fancy bowling against the southpaw Zafar. Can get the ball to move away, spin away rather, or if the ball just does not deviate off the pitch, just go straight on with the angle. Makes it so much more difficult for the southpaw. Flighted delivery. Ooh. Bit of an appeal, but the umpire asks what for. That's beautifully bowled by Jayjeet. Flighted delivery and the batsman beaten, all ends up. How good a delivery was that? Get a slip in, mate, get a slip in. Play with the mind of the batsman. And if the ball is turning like that, the batsman might just edge it straight into the tummy of the slip fielder. Needs to bowl fuller there. Really needs to bowl fuller. When you are getting purchase of the wicket, you are better off looking to go for the wicket. In case you get smacked for a 6 or 2, it does not matter. Get a wicket at this stage of the game. Will be interesting to see how Yusuf Chishti plays. Advances down the track, but that's beautifully bowled from Jayjeet. Just dragged the length back. Saw the batsman advancing down the track and immediately dropped his length. Really good bowling. So flatter in trajectory and another dot ball. Turning out to be a brilliant over from Jayjeet. Short and wide, and once again the batsman fails to take full advantage. Just 3 of the over. 58 for 3 at the end of 10 at the halfway stage, CCFC, and they will need to get a move on here.
At the end of 10 overs at the halfway mark, CCFC are 58 for 3. 3 runs coming off the Jaiswal's last over. Zafar is batting on 6 and Yusuf on 35.
Start of the 11th. Advances down the track once again. This has been the go-to shot for Yusuf Chishti. Every single time he has felt the heat, he's looked to advance down the track. But the one good thing about his batting so far has been advancing down the track has not meant that he will go for the big hit. If he does not reach the pitch of the ball, he knows how to block as well. He's playing a lovely little innings here. He's holding the innings together, Yusuf Chishti. Shubham Kumar from over the wicket for the first time to Zafar Aziz Khan. Scampers across for a single. Zafar Khan, he has played according to the situation so far. 7 of 16. When he walked in, he was facing the hat-trick delivery. So he has batted according to the situation, but now needs to get a move on here. This pitch, probably 150 to 160 is par, but 120, 130 is massively under par. So they need to be scoring around 9,500 runs in the last 10. And for that, they need to be scoring at least 7-8 runs every over from now. Once again, looks to come down the track, looks to go downtown. The bowler is smart, not bowling in his arc. It's a huge appeal. The bowler thinks he has got his man, but the umpire is still unmoved. And from that angle, it has to be really plumb in order to get an LBW, because the margin for error is very, very less. More often than not, the ball is bound to pitch outside the leg stump. We will have to take another look at those replays just to confirm. That one looked pretty adjacent, to be honest. Just touch and go. That is marginal, but that was way closer than what was given out on the first occasion. So 1 given, 3 rejected. Edged and once again runs down the third man boundary. That's the second time Yusuf Chishti has edged one, which would have gone straight into the bucket of the slip fielder had there been one. But it's probably foolish to expect a slip at this stage of the game. What does the commentator know? Much better delivery from Shubham this time. At the end of the 11th over, the CCFC getting their run rate just over 6. 67 for 3. Jayajit bowled a fine first over. Went for just 3 and went past the defence of Zafar Aziz Khan on one occasion. But bowling to Yusuf Chishti is a different task altogether. He advances down the track and goes straight back over the bowler's head for the first 6 of the game. What a stunning shot that is. And the best place to hit is straight back over the bowler. But what the bowler also needs to do here is pitch the ball. Yes, he needs to be bowling fuller, but he cannot afford to be bowling full tosses. That is a rank long hop, or rather full toss. This time once again smacked. Consecutive boundaries here for the right-hander. And with that, Yusuf Chishti gets to his 50 of 34 deliveries. He's playing at a strike rate of 152. And he has scored almost 70% of his team's runs. When just over the fielder, for a moment he would have heart in his mouth. Jayajit will be much happier bowling to Zafar. $11 already of this over. Make that 12. Advances down the track and goes straight back over the bowler's head once again. And despite a brilliant effort in the deep, the ball will roll way to the boundary. This is becoming a huge over for the batting side, and one they so badly needed. 16 already of the over. And Yusuf Chishti just turning on the afterburners here. This is sensible cricket. After a boundary on the last ball, ends the over with a single and keeps strike. 83 for 3.
At the end of 12 overs, CCFC are 83 for 3. Yusuf is batting on 57 and Zafar on 9. Jagdeep has bowled 2 overs, none for 19. Stood on 2 overs, none for 13. The projected score at the current run rate is 138. 8 overs to go. Change in bowling. Yusuf is signaling. What over?
Rajneesh is the new bowler. Slow left arm spin from round the wicket. Pitches the ball straight up. Huge appeal and given. That was pretty adjacent. Oh no! For a moment, it did look like that the umpire had his finger up. That has not been given. How? How is that not out? The umpire says it would have gone on to miss the off stump. I really have no knowledge as to how that ball would have gone on to miss the off stump. That is as plumb as it gets. One horrible decision to start off the game and then 4 really average ones. The one that was clearly not out was given out, and after that there has been 2 or 3 times when it has looked pretty adjacent, where it has looked like it is tougher to give not out than to give out, and the umpire almost looks to be correcting those mistakes made in the first minutes of the game. But 2 wrongs do not constitute 1 right. The umpires need to understand this. That really, really was plumb. It's a good delivery. Looking to go inside out over extra cover. Will just get a single. Zafar needs to get a move on here. Once again looks to go for the sweep. Not being able to connect. Rajneesh looks to be a really good left arm spinner. The 4 balls bowled so far, he has been really good with his line and lengths. Can afford to flight it a little more against Zafar though. Does exactly that, and Zafar goes straight back over the bowler's head. Much better shot from Zafar. The bowler gave the ball some air and Zafar took it on. 50 partnership between Zafar and obviously the man who has scored a 50 of his own. First boundary for Zafar though. Needs to keep going now. Yusuf Chishti just cannot do it alone. needs support from the other end as well. Flights it outside the off stump. The batsman drags it towards mid wicket from there, and the fielder complains that he was not able to watch the ball because the lights were in frame. Ooh. This is what playing under lights can do. Might just not be able to sight the ball, and that is a genuine cause. Having myself played under lights recently, gets really tough when the ball goes up in the air. The end of 13 overs, 90 for 3.
Point, Rohit. Batsman lefty hai bhau.
Ooh. That turned a lot. Sufyan Alam, the new bowler, gave it a real rip on that occasion. Bowlers need to be flighting the ball up, invite the batsman to go for it here. May as well get a wicket. That's straight. Oh no, once again given not out by the umpire. Did that pitch outside the leg stump? Probably. Have to take a closer look at the replays on that one. Did that pitch outside leg? Apart from that, there was not a lot saving the batsman. Zafar Aziz Khan has been really lucky so far. Advances down the track and is stumped. Really good bowling from Sufyan. And Zafar Khan's, what should I say, misery at the crease comes to an end. 90 for 4 in the 14th over. And Yusuf Chishti watching everyone else at the other end fall. Himself holding that one end. Can he do that though for 20 overs? Really good delivery that. Bowled it quicker outside the off stump. Knew that the batsman will come down the track. Missed it altogether. Really good bowling from the number 12. And the new batsman will be under pressure. It's not a stage where he can go for the kill from ball 1. And neither can he afford to play a lot of dot balls. And Sufyan Alam has been absolutely brilliant in the 4 balls that he has bowled so far. Sudeep Bhatta will be under pressure here. Looks to nudge it towards the leg side for a single. Not getting. Can he bowl a wicket made in 14th over? Does finish off the over nicely as well. Shy at the batting end. Oh, if only the throw was better. Single to end the 14th. 91 for 4. Rajneesh to continue. That's a good delivery. Flighted delivery. Batsman nudges it towards long off for a single. Yusuf comes down the track. Will just get a single though this time. Missed out there. Was a full toss. That's really well bowled. Was there an edge there? From the reactions of the players, it does look like there was a thickish outside edge there on that occasion. Those are really tough catches. Those need to stick. This is beautiful bowling from Rajneesh though. Not easy for the new man to come in and play on this pitch, and that is as plump as it gets. And more than even plump, he has got bowled on that occasion. Looked to play the sweep. Yorked himself, clean bowled, and wickets keep on tumbling at the other end. Yusuf Chishti keeps on watching from one end. The wickets keep on tumbling from the other. Agastya is the new man in. And now, everything on the shoulders of Yusuf Chishti needs to reach a 3-figure mark himself if he has to bail his team out of trouble in this game. Rajneesh is bowling an impeccable line and length here. He's got a slip in here as well. This is really good captaincy. Agastya Agarwal has an average of 33. What is he doing batting at number 7? Dot to start off. Probably he can use the long handle to good effect, and that is why he's batting lower down the order. final ball of the 15th. What has been a successful over so far. Flights it up. The batsman gets off the mark with a single. End of the 15th over. And once again the army side have pulled it back in this over. 94 for 5.
After 15 overs, CCFC are 94 for 5. 5 overs to go in the innings. Madan is batting on 1. And Yusuf at 59.
Sufyan Alam to continue. Bowled a brilliant first over. Has been cut the first ball of his second. Will just be a single. Big square boundaries here. Not easy. Not easy to hit boundaries at this ground. But his real task here will be to stop Yusuf Chishti, who has seemed like he's batting on a different pitch altogether. All the other players playing on one surface and Yusuf Chishti playing on another. That's shot and pulled straight into the hands of the mid-wicket fielder, who takes a blinder of a catch. Those might look really easy, but under lights that is a stunning grab. At the deep mid-wicket boundary, and Sufyan Alam dragging his length back. For a moment it did look like that was a rank shot ball. Deserved to be hit for 6. But not quite. Bigger square boundaries here. And after a well-made 59 of 40 deliveries, Yusuf Chishti will have to depart. And that wicket is literally breaking the bone of the batting side. With Yusuf Chishti out there, they might still have looked towards a score of 150 and upwards. Now the army side will look to get them under 120, 125 as Ishanjeet Ghosh walks out to the centre. Oh, things we all do after having looked the same way on cricket all our lives. Just going out there and beating the pitch with our bats. Pitch is perfect. The pitch is perfect. It's the batting which has been lacking. And Sufyan Alam has been absolutely sensational with the ball. 2 for 2 his figures read, and he will look to improve on those as well. That's really well bowled. Single and gets off the mark. Does Ishanjeet Ghosh. Agastya on strike, short and wide, and he missed out on that occasion. Who did not miss out was the bowler. That is a stunning effort. The batting side is 96 for 6. They're reeling here. They're absolutely reeling. They might not even reach a subpar score. But the bowling side just putting everything out there on the field. Sign of a true champion side. And once again, really good work in the deep. Making the batting side fight for every single run out there. This is just so good to watch. They've almost played like a professional outfit. In this game have the Army side. Eastern Command. Final ball of the 16th. Oh, what did he try there? Was that the arm ball? Was that the doosra? Certainly a little different there. End of 16. It's 97 for 6. 4 more overs to go. And CCFC, before this over, would have looked at reaching 150. Now. Will they? We will know that in a short while. Looks tough, but anything is possible in the game called cricket. Rajneesh to continue. That's another good delivery, but an even better shot. High and over the deep mid-wicket fence for a huge 6. That's the second 6 of the game. And he has picked the bones out of that. What a good shot from Agastya Agarwal. Nothing wrong with the delivery. Nothing wrong at all. Just a really good cricket shot. What the bowler needs to do here is learn from it and not change his line and length. Bowl the exact same delivery once again. Tries to do that. Batsman rotates the strike, gets a single. Needs to flight it up more. Rather than just fighting it in, he needs to keep flighting the deliveries. His team is in a commanding position. They need the wicket of Agastya Agarwal. And if they can get Agastya Agarwal, wow, nothing like it. Ishanjit comes down the track. And what that means is he meets the same fate as his partners who came down the track a couple of overs before were stumped. Ishanjit is stumped as well. And credit where it's due, that's a fine stumping from the wicketkeeper. Never easy when the batsman charges down the track and the ball is turning. That's 2 stumpings now. Really, really good work behind the stumps. And how good has Rajneesh been? How good has Rajneesh been? Simply because he has been smacked for a 6 in this over itself. It's one thing to say it on the mic, that keep flighting it up, keep flighting it up, look to go for the wicket. But when you're out there on the field facing the heat, so often do you drag the length back and make it easy for the batsman. Rajneesh kept on flighting it and got his reward. Harsh Vyana, the new man in. CCFC in danger of getting all out before the quota of 20 overs is bowled. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Ho, 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 ho. How good a delivery is that? Wow. This is just brilliant bowling. Need I say more? That's plumb. That's straight. And given by the umpire. The dreaded finger goes up. That is almost Jadeja-esque. He got the previous delivery to rip. Absolutely rip past the batsman. And what followed was the straighter one. The batsman looking to sweep it. Half swept it. I did not know what the batsman actually did on that occasion. But the ball just went on with the arm. And we have seen Sir Ravindra Jadeja do this so often. Makes the batsman feel that it is going to turn. But there is little to no turn. The batsman clearly not happy with the decision. But that is as plumb as it gets. A good decision from the umpire finally. But that was pretty straightforward, to be honest. Rajneesh gets his third. And he has still not completed his third. Final ball of what has been a really successful over. Ooh, the sharp turn. Wide. Wide? Really? Really, Mr. Umpire? Not pretty sure how these umpires give their decisions. He will have another chance though to get Akshat Motwani out. He will fancy it. Rajneesh will fancy it. Oh! Ho, ho, ho. How did that miss the stumps? Actually fancied it, Rajneesh, and for a moment it did look like he bowled the absolute perfect delivery. Pitched on middle and hit the top of off. Ooh, how close was that? Goodness me. How has Akshat Motwani survived that? That is some stunning bowling from Rajneesh. Could have had 3 in the over. My oh my. He has got 3 so far, but that is a delivery he would have shown to his grandchildren 50 years from now. That is something you call the perfect left arm spinner's dismissal. For the right arm spinner, it's between getting the batsman to drive and getting the ball between his bat and pad, picking that gap out and hitting the top of off. Similarly, for the left arm spinner, beating the outside edge of the right hander batsman and hitting the top of off. Coming for two, chance of a run out. Not even in the frame was Agastya Agarwal. This is absolutely suicidal from the CCFC side. Still have 3 more overs to go. At least try to score 20-25 here. What have they just done? There is never a second run in there. There is never a second run. A flat throw on the bounce to the keeper. It's way too easy. Way too easy. Falling like 9 pins at the moment, CCFC. This can get over really quickly, you know. Om Prakash Tiwari is the new man in. What they need to do here is bat out 3 overs. Get as many as possible. 15, 20 or just bat time. Get at least 10. Because 106, it will be chased on any pitch in the world. And the kind of bowling the army side have shown, pretty sure they have really good batsmen in the ranks as well. And Sufyan Alam will be looking to finish things off in a hurry. Ooh, look at the turn there. Look at the turn there. It's really tough. When 9 overs were bowled by the faster men, I did say that this did look like a spinning pitch. When I walked onto the pitch, When I put my hands onto the surface, was a little damp. Pretty sure it was going to turn, but this much deviation of the surface, this much spin. Wow! The batsman not even ready. Akshat Motwani not even ready. And judging from the reaction, he is going for the big heave here. Might just get all out here in this over. Akshat Motwani is going for it. Ooh, swing and a miss. What Sufyan Alam can try to do here is try and buy a wicket like Ravichandran Ashwin does with the tailenders. Just flight it up. Just flight it up. More often than not, they will end up skying the ball in the air. And Akshat Motwani will go for the big heave here. He will go for the big heave. Does go for the big heave. It's straight up in the air. And straight down the throat of the long off fielder. CCFC fold for 107. And at one stage they were looking to go well past 150. Look how the tables have turned. And some brilliant bowling from Sufyan Alam and Rajneesh. They have shared 6 wickets between them, a run out. And obviously 3 wickets right at the very start from Nishant. Wow, what a bowling performance this has been. And the army side, they have put on an absolute show here. They will be chasing a target of 108 15 minutes from now. And they can walk off the field with their heads held high. Join us back in 15 for the start of the chase.
अरे और ऑर्डर करता हूँ इतना बोलिए हेलो
हेलो অনলাইনে নেই আমার এই জন্য বললাম হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে তাহলে এক 5 টাকা কত হয় দিয়ে দিই না না ये उसका वो लोल हो गया
ला के चले गए वहाँ से दो पनीर का भी आपको चेंज होगा दूध लेकर जाके वो पनीर और बाकी
हाँ हाँ
भैया इधर मत डालो
हेलो ए चलो चलो हम तो चलो चलो
तो अपना इनोवेशन वाला तो लाइक
And we are back live for the chase. There's not a lot in it. 108 in 20 overs is what the Eastern Command cricket need. They were magnificent with the ball. Make no mistake, this is not a 107 wicket. Yes, there is spin in it. Yes, if you put the ball in the right areas, the ball will spin. It will seem as well in the initial few overs. But 107 is not just under par, it's a lot under par. And they will have to bowl out their skins to the CCFC if they are to have any chance in the game. And it is a good strategy by the captain of CCFC to hand over the ball to the spinner. These are big boundaries here. Lush green outfields. Never easy to clear the boundary when it's this huge in size. We already saw how the only guy who got a 50 odd, above 50 in the first innings, was out there pulling a ball in the hands of deep mid wicket. It's not going to be easy for the Eastern Command cricket team as well, as they get off the mark through Nishant Kalra. Nishant Kalra was absolutely sensational with the new ball. Took 3 wickets. Took 3 important wickets of Wasim Aziz, Irfan Ahmed and Nishan Dev. He broke the bone of the opposition top order, and now he has walked out to bat as well, opening the innings. Partnering him is Karan Jadhav. Agastya Agarwal with the ball in hand. He has 75 wickets in 85 games. An economy of 5.18. Gives the ball a real rip. But against 2 right-hand batsmen, it will not be easy. These are almost perfect conditions to play cricket in. A beautiful breeze blowing. It's not going to be easy. Yes, it's just 108. Yes, agreed. But they will still have to score those runs, right? What the bowling side need though is early wickets. And that is not how you will get early wickets, if that is the way Karan Jadhav is going to play. Should have got at least a couple for that. Ends up getting just a single. That is a bit of lazy running. But we saw in the field as to how fit these army guys are. They were absolutely sensational in the field. And as we can see there as well, that's a really sharp single. A really sharp single. 3 singles to start off the first. Put in the semi-dive in. Karan Jadhav. First ball was any indication, he is going to be aggressive here. He is going to be aggressive. That's a good delivery. On the back foot, defended. Tucked away towards square leg. Sends back Nishant. Was short on this occasion. Could have just rocked on the back foot and pulled. But probably does not want to take those early risks. Final ball of the first over. Pushes it towards mid-on. The batsman scamper across for a single. 4 of the first over. Decent start. It's Dalbag Singh to bowl the second over. Slow left arm spin and spin from both ends right at the start of this game. As you can see, there's a nice breeze blowing here. That's short and wide, just looking to guide that Karan Jadhav. Would have been better off cutting that one. Comes down the track, converts it into a full toss, but does not get the whole of it. Does not matter. One bounce and into the ropes. First boundary for the army side. Ooh, that was once again really short. The batsman not taking the full advantage on that occasion. Comes down the track, straight up in there. Falls in between both the fielders. This is good bowling. He's slowing the pace down. Wants the batsman to create all the pace for himself. This is really good bowling from Dalbag Singh. This time goes down the ground and gets his second boundary of the over. What has been a really good over from Dalbag Singh has already yielded 8 for the batting side. This is really good batting. Final ball of the second over. Short and wide, and once again the batsman just missing out on that occasion. Could have left it all alone, could have been a wide. But still, that's a good start for Eastern Command Cricket. 12 for none at the end of 2. Agastya Gawal to continue. Bowled a really good first over, but what his team needs from him at the moment is wickets. Because wickets are the only thing that can get the CCFC back in the contest. Ooh, that turned quite a lot. That is why he needs to be bowling that fuller length. He's giving the batsman that extra second, playing on the back foot. Even if it turns, the batsman can just roll his wrists and escape. Bowl it fuller. Make the batsman commit on the front foot. Exactly there. Exactly there. And there is the first wicket. No, that has been dropped. Those are the catches that you need to take when you are defending just 96. Never an easy catch. Never an easy catch. But those need to be taken. 95 more required. Once again shortens the length and turns it almost square. Turns it so much that it turns out to be a wide. Needs to be bowling fuller. He bowled one ball on the fuller length and that was the chance. He dropped it, that's another part of the story. There, exactly there. That is the line he needs to be bowling Agastya Gawal. Even if the batsman smacks him from that angle, does not matter. He needs wickets. Bowling dot balls will not help his side here. Needs wickets. Needs to go for the kill. That's much better. That's a much better line and length from Agastya Gawal. Shade bit outside the off stump. Flighting it. Looking to spin it in. And this is a pitch where you can actually look to bowl the perfect off spinning delivery. Outside the off stump. Looking to turn it in. That's a little more flatter, easy for the batsman. That's a really good delivery and equally well played by Karan Jadhav. Let's that one go. Has been a really good start for the batting team. 16 for none at the end of 3. Yes, he went for 8 in the only over that he bowled. But I do think that Dalbagh Singh should have continued. He was bowling slower. He was bringing that left arm angle. Both the righties here should have continued Dalbagh Singh. But they have replaced him with Shubhradeep. Let's see what Shubhradeep can do here. Bowls in a similar fashion. As Delbag. Slow left arm orthodox. Here he is from round the wicket. Ooh. That's a good delivery to start off. In that corridor of uncertainty and getting the ball to dip. That's a really good delivery. That is the channel they need to be bowling. Every single delivery needs to be bowled in and around there. As a left arm spinner, needs to be bowling that middle and off line. Get it to turn. The ones that don't turn, those will turn out to be plumb. Needs to do nothing on this pitch as a spinner. Just needs to pitch the ball in the right areas. Do that much and you will have wickets to show for it. What the batsman also needs to do is not go for extravagant shots like the sweep. Needs to play in the V, play the ball on its merit and take it from there. Don't really need to force the scoring when you are chasing just 107. Shubhradeep Ganguly clearly not happy with his fielders, wants them to put in more efforts. Probably needs to quicken the over rate. That's another good delivery. The batsman looking for the sweep, missing it altogether. That's short and pulled. And that's a fine catch. It did look like that he lost it under the lights, but recovered well enough. And Shubhradeep Ganguly gets his first scalp. Karan Jadhav departs for 11 and that is a big breakthrough in the course of this game. After the initial wicket, Jaiji Jaiswal has come out to bat. Short, and way too short, and turned square. End of a successful over from Shubhradeep Ganguly. 17 for 1 at the end of 4 overs. Agastya Agarwal into his third. Nishant on strike. That's a huge appeal, and given by the umpire. And the saga of wrong decisions continue. That pitched outside the off stump turned square and would have gone on to miss the leg stump. From the first angle, it did look that way. Here's a look at the replay though. That would have clearly gone on to miss the leg stump. That's another ridiculous decision by the umpire. And decisions keep favoring the CCFC, apart from the very first one, which went into the favor of the army side. This has been really, really shabby umpiring. Rohit Nayak, the new man in. That's a really good delivery first up. Agastya Agarwal has been really good with his line and length so far. Needs to keep bowling there. Needs to keep inviting the batsman for the drive, for the lofted hit. That's another good delivery. And that is really good field placing. Getting a leg slip in when the ball is turning square. That is a really, really good field position on a turning pitch. The best way is to play on the back foot. Give yourself that extra bit of 1 second. Has been a really good over so far. It's another good delivery. Beats the outside edge. The batsman playing for the turn. But on that occasion, there was none. Another flighted delivery straight up in there, but falls short of the fielder. Batsman scamper across for a single. Another fine over comes to an end. At the end of 5 overs, the Eastern Command reeling at 18 for 2. Shubhradeep Ganguly to continue. Bowled a really fine first over. Gave away just a solitary run and picked up a really important scalp. It's Rohit Nayak on strike. That's up in there, but just over the mid-wicket fielder, who was a couple of yards in. The batsman will get 2 there. And news coming in from sources, this match has been converted into an 18-over-a-side game. So the batting team will have to score their runs in 18 overs as opposed to 20. That's shot and pulled, but not quite in the gap. Will just be a couple. Those are the kind of deliveries you need to latch onto as a batting team. Don't get a lot of them on such surfaces. Need to be capitalizing on these deliveries. Once again, another short delivery, this time flatter in trajectory, and the batsman scamper across for a single. This is good batting from Rohit Nag. Run scoring will only become more and more difficult as the ball gets older and the field restrictions are not there anymore. Ooh, that's once again extra bit of bounce. Not only turn, but there is so much bounce on the surface as well. This looks like a minefield at the moment. Shot and pulled this time. A boundary after long. And Shubhradeep Ganguly, after a fantastic first over, has just failed to get his line right in the second. His ball short and wide, ball after ball.
Good boundary by Jaideep Jaiswal. Last ball of the 6th over.
Final ball of the power play. Once again short and wide. This time on the other side. But there is protection there. But a fantastic over from the batting team's point of view. 10 runs coming off it. And in the circumstances, this is gold. 28 for 2 at the end of the power play. For a moment, it did look like that Agastya will continue and bowl out. But the captain saving is over. One final over for the end. For more dire circumstances. As it's Akshat Motwani who has come out to bowl. 80 runs required in 72 And on this pitch, it's not going to be easy. Make no mistake. As and when more and more deliveries have been bowled on this surface, more deliveries have started misbehaving. And probably this is what can happen when you bowl second. They know that the ball is turning square. They have put on the spinners from the first over. On the other hand, the army side started with the quicks, bowled 9 overs of fast bowling before the first spinner came on, and before they realized that this is a gold mine for spinners. The question now is, do the CCFC have enough quality spinners in their ranks? Because no matter the pitch, you still have to bowl that perfect line and length. It's Akshat Motwani. He can bowl off spin, he can bowl leg spin. Let's see what he does tonight. It's really flighted, really flighted. A real loosener to start off. Batsman gets off strike with a single. That is the kind of bowling he's going to do. The batsman will feel a lot more relieved. Ooh, that's beautifully bowled. Much better from Akshat Motwani. Another flighted delivery goes straight down the ground. One bounce and into the fence. That's a much needed boundary. And it's Rohit Nayak who has provided them. But this is some really average bowling from Akshat Motwani. Needs to be putting in a lot more effort behind the delivery. Yes, there is a lot of turn in the surface. Yes, there is a lot more bounce. But you still have to put your shoulder behind it. Behind every single delivery. Just cannot flight it up in the air. Just leave it and expect the pitch to do everything. Needs to make a good comeback here. Every single run matters when you are chasing 108. That's a good comeback. A really good comeback. The batsman committed on the front foot. The ball goes past the outside edge. Another flighted delivery, short and wide. The batsman waited on the back foot but failed to put it away. Another flighted delivery, and how lucky was Rohit Nayak there that did not hit the stumps. End of 7 overs and Eastern Command Cricket 34 for 2. Shubhradeep Ganguly to continue. Bowled a fine first over, went for 10 in his second. But now with the power play done and dusted, he has the field spread out. Rohit Nag on strike. He has looked good so far. That's a peach of a delivery. That is a gem. That's an absolute jaffa. Not many batters in world cricket can play that unless you are right on the back foot and look to cut it away. But even that comes with dire consequences. What if the ball keeps on straight, goes with the angle? This is an absolute minefield of a surface. That's the line. That's the line. He needs to be bowling, and what a poor effort. That really should have been taken by the short cover fielder. Did not put in the effort even. That really should have been taken. Beautifully bowled by Ganguly. That should have been taken. Make no mistake. Single to get off strike here. Brings Jaiji Jaiswal on strike. Looks to sweep it. Not easy. Not easy when the ball is turning square and is bouncing. This sweep is a really dangerous option on a surface like this. You need to be a really quality player to connect with the sweep. That's more like it. Play the ball on its merit. Look to rotate the strike. The bowler's clearly not happy with his fielders here. Once again, short and wide and pull towards long on. Should be 2. Batsmen just take 1 though. End of 8 overs. It's 38 for 2. $70 required in 10 overs for the Eastern Command. Just to remind, this is an 18 overs chase and not 20. Akshat Motwani to continue. Needs to be putting in a lot more effort behind the delivery. Jaiji on strike. Flight delivery. Paddles it round the corner for a single. That's a risky approach. You miss it and you're plumb LBW. And even if you connect, you only get a single because there is a short fine leg. If you have to play the sweep, play it proper. Play the proper sweep. Go for the boundary at least if in case you connect. That's a good delivery. Equally well played by Rohit. Goes round the wicket, just making it a tad bit easier for the batsman to drag the ball from way outside the off stump. Gets a single. When the ball is turning square, you don't really need to go round the wicket. Just makes it easier for the batsman. Especially at that pace. Comes back to over the wicket though. Much better line, much better line. Well played by Jajit as well. That's clearly pitched outside the leg stump. And thankfully to the umpire, Rohit Nayak, still out there batting. The kind of decisions we have seen from the umpires, might as well give this one out. That's a good shot. That has gone to the fence like a tracer bullet. What a fine shot against the spin. Jajit Jaiswal ends the over with a high quality cricketing stroke. Moves on to 13 and this partnership is growing. 46 for 2 at the end of 9 overs.
They require another 62 runs. 54 balls. This is now an 18-over contest.
Shubhradeep Ganguly into his final over. He has bowled beautifully so far. And the batsman looking to scoop it. Where is the pace on the surface that you can scoop it? On a flat wicket, you might as well try to play that shot. On the surface. He was really lucky that he did not drag it back onto his stumps. Need to playing in the V there. Ooh, beautiful. That is delightful bowling from Shubhradeep Ganguly. He was guilty of bowling a little too short in the last few overs. But this over, has been really good. What a delivery that. A fine piece of stumping as well, but the batsman never left the crease. This time short and wide, and the batsman gets some bat on that. Will be a single. But those deliveries, need to be letting those go. Those are free runs in the form of extras. But it's easier said than done. When you are batting out there on a surface like this, only gets so much more difficult. Once again, short and wide and cut away. It's brilliant fielding down on the boundary line to keep it down to 1. Really good work. That's short. Punched off the back foot. Straight into the hands of the fielder. This is good mixing of pace from Shobhradeep Ganguly. If only the line could have been that bit fuller. Might have ended up with 3 or 4 here. Up in the air, but in the gap as well. Just be a single. End of the 10th over. 49 for 2. The Eastern Command Cricket. And with 8 overs to go, they need 59 more.
At the end of 10 overs, command of 49 for 2. They require another 59 runs. 8 overs.
Akshat Motwani to continue. On this surface, where it's turning a mile, he has conceded 14 in 2 overs. And has been smacked the first ball of his 3rd over. Valiant effort in the deep, but that will not stop it from proceeding towards the boundary. And just look at the cheers from the crowd.
50 for Eastern Command. Coming up with 10.1 overs.
Akshat has been guilty of giving it way too much air and not putting enough behind the ball. Needs to be putting in a lot more effort. And this is where probably the CCFC are missing out on a trick. Yes, it's a heaven for spinners, this surface. But if you do not have enough quality spinners, bowl the faster ones. Tell them to disguise it. Bowl a lot of off-cutters. That might be another way. Don't need to bowl part-time spinners. Akshat changing his angle from round the wicket now. Will this make it easier for the batsman though? Ooh. Looking to go on the offside right now. Better off just rocking back on the back foot and looking to play it on the leg side with the turn, rather than creating room for himself and going offside. Much easier on the surface. Straight up, but once again falls way short of the fielder. Oh, he has made an absolute mess of it, but will not cost his side a lot. Just one more run taken. Turning out to be another brilliant over for the batting team. Comes down the track, straight up in there, and taken at short mid wicket. Kept flighting it, Akshat Motwani, and finally some reward for him. Inducing a fall short of Rohit Nayak. Probably wanted to go straight back over the bowler's head and is clearly not happy with that shot. Is that the wicket that will change the fortunes of the bowling side? Did not account for the turn there, and an easy catch at short mid wicket. Oh, this game is hanging right in the balance. Sufyan Alam has come out to bat. He was absolutely sensational with the ball in hand. Now, can he take his team over the line from here? .53 needed in 43 deliveries. A shot and cut off the back foot. Cut towards long off for a single. 56 for 3 at the end of 11. And we have a match on here. Ishanjit Ghosh into the attack. Right arm off spin to two right-handed batsmen. Oh no, he's left arm spinner. He will take it away. This might be interesting, you know. It's really wide delivery. Nothing given by the umpire. Well, the less said about the umpiring, the better. Slow through the end, came on with the arm. How close was that to shaving off stump? How did that not hit the stumps? My oh my, how good a variation was that? Just came on with the arm and kept coming in. Stunning bowling this. Once again comes on with the arm. The fine shot on that occasion will just be a single though. Ishanjit Ghosh, where were you all along? Cut and cut in the gap for 4. What a fine shot that is from Jayajit Jaiswal. On a surface like this, he is putting on an absolute show. You don't always need to hit the big ones to be recognized. Yes, in modern day T20 cricket, it's the Russells and the Carden Pollards who make a name for themselves, but there is place for the Kohlis as well in this game. And by Kohli, I do not mean that Jayajit Jaiswal is as talented. What I mean is you can play with a proper technique. Once again, shot and cut off the back foot. But this time, the fielder is there in the correct position. Will just be a single. Shot, pulled, but will just be a single. Batsman looking for 2, but will just get 1. Fine over from the batting team's point of view. 7 coming off it. 63 for 3 and 45 more needed in 6 overs.
গাছের তলায় বসে আছে এই আমার পিছনে দেখো কেন সুবিধা আসছে তো সুবিধা আসছে তো গাড়িটা তো ওখানে গেলে তো অফিসে ছেড়ে যাবে
In search of a wicket, the captain goes back to his premier bowler, Agastya Agarwal. to supply him with the wicket, and he needs to go after Jajit Jaiswal, and Jajit Jaiswal needs to be careful here. Plays out this over, he can attack the other bowlers. Agastya Agarwal has looked a different kettle of fish with the ball in hand. He has got the revs behind the ball. He has bowled at a good pace. He has given nothing away to the batting team. Yes, the wicket might have been a little lucky one, but a wicket is a wicket nevertheless. Flights the ball. The batsman looking to go on the back foot. Beaten on the outside edge. He has bowled 11 dot balls so far, Agastya. It's not conceded a boundary. It's a really good delivery to follow up as well, but the batsman scamper across for a single. Brings Jajit Jaiswal on strike. This is a battle to watch out for. If there is one man who has looked comfortable playing spin in this game, it has been Jajit Jaiswal. What can he do against a quality spinner in Agastya? It's really well played. Really well played by Jajit. What Agastya needs to do though is pick out the rest of them. Sufyan Alam does not look quite comfortable against spin. Needs to be bowling fuller. Flight it young man, flight the ball. Invite the batsman to go for the big one. Keeps it short. The batsman easily changes strike. 42 more runs required in 32 deliveries. Don't be fooled by the scorecard. It's an 18 overs a side game. That's a mesmerizing shot. How far has that gone? Wow. Jajit Jaiswal, take a bow, my son. Against the premier off spinner in the opposition lineup. He has put the slog in the sweep. And my oh my, look at the distance on that one. How far has that gone? Not just out of the stadium, but onto the roof of the onrushing building. Wow. Much better comeback by Agastya, but the damage has already been done in the over. 9 coming off it. And 46 required. Or rather 36 required in 5 overs. And with Jajit Jaiswal still at the crease, the army side coasting along. .36 in 5 overs. As easy as it might sound, it's not so. This pitch is a minefield. Batting on this surface is not easy. But with the 2 premier spin bowlers of the opposition, Ganguly and Agastya Agarwal, having already bowled their respective quota of 4 overs each, they will not be facing some high quality spin bowling. And with this man, the man on your screen, this is Sufyan Alam, the man at the non-strikers end, Jajit Jaiswal. With Jajit Jaiswal still at the crease, should be a cakewalk for the batting team. But cricket is a game of great uncertainties. Just never know. Ishanjit to continue. Flights it up. Straight up in there. Straight up in there. And dropped on the boundary line. It was not that it was really close to the edge of the boundary, but the fielder has made an absolute mess of it. And as the saying goes in cricket, catches win matches. And you drop these catches and you lose these matches. Yes, it went high in the air. Yes, it was a difficult chance. Yes, you are fielding under lights. But those, my dear friends, are the kind of chances that you need to be taking. And not only has he missed the catch, he has parried the ball over the rope. 6 to start it off. And some sensible batting to follow. Down to 29 of 28 deliveries. Ooh, that's brilliantly bowled. That's really good bowling. To beat a well-set Jaiji Jaiswal takes some doing. Flight set and ooh, that's quick stumping. No harm done though. The runs have already come in this over. All they need to do is rotate the strike. JG trying to do exactly that, but it's such a difficult pitch to bat on. Such a difficult pitch to bat on. This time on the back foot and cut. Cuts it hard but straight to the fielder. Single taken. 28 required in 25. Ooh, here's a replay of the stumping. Some quick work from the keeper, but the feet was never in the air. The short delivery pulled in the gap. The batsman will come back for 2. Really good running from Jaiji Jaiswal. Brings the equation down to 26 in 4 overs. 26 in 4 required. There's a new bowler in the attack, and they are still sticking to spin here. Not an over of pace so far. Not an over of pace. They must have played fast bowlers, but the captain backing his part-time spinners to do the job rather than going towards the fast bowlers on the surface. Understandably so. But this is really ordinary bowling. Oh dear, oh dear, this should be an easy run out. And it is. There was absolutely no need. And that is just harakiri going on there. Forget the IPL, folks. Forget Virat Kohli. Forget Glenn Maxwell. Here's a match that you do not want to miss. Just when it seemed that the batting was going pretty good and this chase was turning out to be a cakewalk for the army side. Some harakiri out there in the center. And the well-set partnership has been broken. It's Alam who has to depart. Probably sacrificing his wicket for Jayajit Jaiswal. Tirtha Roy, despite bowling a couple of bang average deliveries, has managed to get the breakthrough despite the wicket not going in his name. 26 required in 22. And the onus now will be on Jayajit Jaiswal even more so. He has batted beautifully on the surface. Make no mistake about that. But his innings will be recognized only and only if he takes his team over the line. Leave it halfway and people will forget about you. As great a knock as Gambhir played in the final, that 91, everyone still talks about MS Dhoni. And here's a fine shot first ball. But just a single does get off the mark. Or rather, should I say, brings the danger man, Jayajit Jaiswal, on strike. Apologies for that Gambhir 91. It was Dhoni who ended up with 91, not out. Gambhir getting out on 97 in that final. Still the only final we have won in the last 15 years. And here's a fine shot. Here's a good shot. Jayajit Jaiswal continuing on his merry way. What was turning out to be a really decent over, now spoiled by Jayajit Jaiswal. We did win the Champions Trophy in 2013, but as far as the World Cup is concerned, being a long time, having come so close on the last occasion in 2023. Still hurts that. Still hurts that. Coming back to this game, that's a thickish outside edge. It's running away to the boundary. Chase for the fielder, but the fielder will not get there. Consecutive boundaries here for Jayajit Jaiswal, and he is turning it into an absolute show. Moves on to 35. And he might have scored a fair few 50s. Might have also got that occasional 100 in his career. But if he manages to take his team over the line in this game, he will rate this knock as one of the best he has played. Because you just don't play such knocks on minefields. This is almost like the Pune wicket in which Australia beat India in 2017. Which Steve Smith got that century. Still the best overseas century. Oh, full toss. Full toss. And the fielder did manage to get a hand on that. Will probably stop it from going to the boundary. Just be 2. That's a big over. It's a really big over. 11 coming off it. And a wicket. 15 more required in 3 overs. And now It's looking like one-way traffic. Suraj on strike. 15 needed in 18. And unless something really bizarre happens from here, the army team should go on to win this pretty comfortably. Ishanjit to continue. Just don't get overconfident. Just don't. Does get overconfident. Does go for the big heave. We saw what Ishanjit can do. He has that really good straighter one. That really good arm ball. The batsman played all around it. Went for the big heave and connected with thin air. Clean bowled. Is there life in this game yet? Is the question. There was absolutely no need for that shot. Could have easily done it in singles, and with Jayajit Jaiswal still going on nicely at the other end, just did not need to do that. Creates more pressure on the new man. Anil Negi has come out to bat. And with him being a lefty, it will just be a tad bit easier against the left arm spinner. All he needs to do here is bring Jayajit Jaiswal on strike. Not do anything silly. Look for the singles, and that should be enough. Looks to go for the big heave. It's straight up in there. This is going to be a tough catch. Ooh, valiant effort. The ball is running down to the boundary. Fielder gives it the chase. Keeps it down to 2. That was a valiant effort in the deep. And if that would have been taken, that could have turned the game on its head. But what is Anil Negi doing? All he needs to do is bring Jayajit Jaiswal back on strike. He goes for the big one. Goes for the big heave. Here's another full toss and straight into the hands of the fielder. Absolute harakiri going on. What is the batting team doing here? Yes, it was a full toss. If he had to smack it, could have smacked it anywhere. Smacked it straight into the hands of the short mid-wicket fielder. As I said, forget the IPL, folks. This is turning out to be really interesting. You do not want to miss this one. Jagtar Singh is the new man. Needs to be smart here with his batting. He is not. They are all going for the big hits when it's just not required. Play sensibly. Cricket is a simple game. Looks to go again, but this is beautifully bowled. Just slowed the pace. Did Ishanjit Ghosh. Here's the catch that was dropped. Valiant effort in the deep. Almost reached the ball as well. Really good effort down on the long on boundary. Advances down the track. That's a top edge. There's no one down at short fine leg. The ball spinning and bouncing against left arm spinner. You need to have a short fine leg. Or rather, anyways, at the end of 16 overs, it's 97 for 6 and 11 more required in the last two. Proper team discussion going on here. What are they doing with the walkie-talkie of the umpire? Get on with the game, guys. Simple. 11 runs required in 12 deliveries. Don't be fooled by what's written on your screen. It's 11 in 12. And if Jajit Jaiswal stays there till the end, there's going to be only one result in this game, as it's Tirtha Roy who is going to bowl the penultimate over. And if what he bowled in his first is any indication, the match might well be finished by Jajit Jaiswal in this over itself. But cricket is a funny game. It's a game of great uncertainties. Let's see what the next 2 overs have in store for us. Here's Tirtha Roy with the penultimate over. Shot and pulled away in the gap as well. Looking for 2, but they will have to settle for 1 there. And Jagtar Singh, from all the indications that he has shown so far, he is going to go big. Might be better off going big against Tirtha Roy. He's not turning the ball a mile. He's pretty much bowling straight. If he connects here, Jagtar Singh finishes the game off. Stabs it towards point. That's really good batting from Jagtar. Brings back Jajit on strike.
Now 99 for 6. Come on.
That's short and wide, but straight to the cover fielder. Dot ball, and every single dot ball is worth its weight in gold at this stage of the game. This has been a really good over from Tirtha Roy. Who has gone through the defenses of Jajit Jaiswal, who looked to create room and missed the ball altogether. Is that the turning point in the game? What a stunning knock this has been though. but he has failed to take his team over the line. The ball just skidding on with the angle goes through the defenses of the well-set batsman, and Tirtha Roy getting his side back in the contest. But what a knock. What a knock. Sad that it has come to an end without getting his team over the line. And now the equation is really interesting. 9 required in 8 deliveries. One big shot does the trick here. But another wicket, and it's the bowling side on top. Penultimate ball of the penultimate over. That's a wide. Cannot afford to be bowling wides at this stage.
Brings up the 100 for the Tsunami Command. 8 runs required in 8.
8 in 8 required. Almost a similar delivery to the one that got the all-important wicket. So Rajneesh, who has come out to bat. He was sensational with the ball in hand. Let's see if he can take his team over the line here. Bit of an inside edge. They will get a single. It's Rajneesh who will retain strike for the final over. Valiant knock from Jayajit Jaiswal. But it has come to an end. One more over remaining in the innings. 7 to get. 3 wickets in hand for the army side. Oh. There are all 3 possibilities in this game. The army side can win this. The CCFC can win this. Could see a magnificent comeback. And obviously, in case of a tie, a super over. Seven required in 6 deliveries, and it is not going to be easy scoring those 7 runs against this man. Ishanjit Ghosh has conceded 21 runs in his 3 overs and has picked up 2 really important wickets. Here's Ishanjit with the final over of the innings. A swing and a miss. Appeal for a stumping. And has that been given by the third umpire? Yes. Wicket. Wicket at this stage of the game. Wow. What a game we have. What a game we are having here. And how good has the keeping been? Clearly outside his line. And that's a fabulous stumping. At this point, Ishanjit, with the way he has bowled, looks to be the favourite to win the game for his side. But all it takes is one big hit. All it takes is just one big hit, one out of the meat of the bat, And once you connect that, it's game, set, match. Jagtar Singh still at the other end. And Nishanjit, not only can he turn the ball a mile, also has that cunning arm delivery. Don't be surprised if he goes for the straighter one on this occasion or the ball after. 7 required in 5 deliveries as Shubham Kumar has come out to bat. He can hit the big hits, make no mistake. If he connects one, it goes out of the ground. Does connect one, and it does go out of the ground. That is a humongous blow. Wow, Shubham Kumar, you are a star. Ishanjit Ghosh just floated one up in the air outside that off stump, and Shubham Kumar. Wow. Just the reactions from everyone in the crowd tells you everything that you need to know. Took a step outside the off stump and deposited it high into the night sky, only for the ball to never return. Wow. This game has swung like a pendulum. At one stage it did look like that it would be a cakewalk chase for the army team. Then it did look like that CCFC are right back in the contest with early wickets. Then with the partnership between Jaiswal. The partnership was headed by Jaiswal. Played a really good knock. Almost took his team over the line. But with the wicket of Jaiswal, once again the match swinging into the favor of CCFC. And now out comes Saurabh Kumar. 7 to get in 5. First ball, no sighters needed. Just deposits the ball. Only for the ball to never come back. Here's a new ball. What can the new ball do? A new ball that is not so new, folks. One more run needed. Here's Shubham Kumar. Oh, the bowler under pressure here. Fakes him. And Ishanjit Ghosh might just be better off going for the straighter one and not looking to turn it, because Shubham Kumar is going to swing at this one as well. Ooh. Appeals for a wide, not given by the umpire. Sticking to that length outside the off stump here at the moment. Ishanjit Ghosh, 1 needed in 3. 1 needed in 3, and Shubham Kumar trying to be sensible here by just putting the bat to ball and running. Is there anything still left in this game though? This game has given us everything. How much more can we expect out of a game of cricket? With the IPL and RCB batting on one end, here's a cricket game that you just don't want to miss. Flights it up, and it has been driven. And they complete the single. This is a famous victory for the army side as they win by 2 wickets. At one point in the last over, just looked like the match was beyond them. But out came Shubham Kumar. Smacked it over corner for a humongous 6. And wow, what a game of cricket we have just witnessed. This has been an absolutely stunning victory for the army side. A match played in really good spirit. Both the teams showing fair play, respecting each other, but giving it their all out there on the field. And what a game this has been. A game of cricket that will stay in our minds for a long time. And at the end of the game, it's the army side who have beaten the CCFC, better called the Calcutta Cricket and Football Club, by 2 wickets. What a stunning game of cricket we have just witnessed. This is your commentator Devansh Sunthalia signing off. Hopefully, you all had a great time watching the game. Good night. Thank you.
বেরিয়েছিস বেরিয়েছিস সীমা যখন বাইরে থেকে তাহলে এখানে চলে আসতো সীমা দাঁড়া দেখতে মানে ঠিক আছে হয়ে গেছে এখন ওই প্যাক রেস্টুরেন্ট করবে দেখি মাল ফাল গুছিয়ে করে রাখি মোবাইল বেরিয়ে যাবে দেখি কত আস্তে আস্তে করবো কত দূর আছে হ্যাঁ हेलो नहीं सर बैठो अरे सर बहुत दूर आती वही कल रिटर्न चलना है परसों मास्टर तो
exciting match we've had here today, reviving and continuing the tradition between these two great institutions, the Indian Army and the Calcutta Cricket Football Club. To continue the proceedings, I would request the President of CCFC, Mr. Subrata Das, to please join us in the presentation area, sir. Can we have a big round of applause for our President, Mr. Subrata Das? General Officer Commanding in Chief of the Eastern Command, Lieutenant General R.C. Tiwari sir. Please, if we could have you as well. Can we have a big round of applause for the General? Thank you so much, sir. A request, our President, sir, could you please say a few words?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You have all witnessed a very pulsating game of cricket. Till the very last over, till the very last ball, we didn't know who was going to win. And of course, CCFC have been the very good host for the last 2 years. We always kept it in the last to let the army win. I welcome the General to the club and all of you that have come this evening to witness this wonderful game of cricket. Thank you so much, General. Thank you.
I just congratulate both the teams. I think absolutely wonderful game of cricket. A match which drags on to the last over, last couple of balls, last couple of wickets. It can't be any better than that. Congratulations. Wonderful and very well played.
Thank you so much, sir. And now I would request our President to please present the Best Bowlers Trophy. And the winner of the Best Bowlers Trophy today is Mohammad Sufyan Alam of the Eastern Command for his bowling figures of 3 wickets for 6 runs. Congratulations. And now for the best batsman for today's match is Yusuf Chishti for his 59 runs of 40 balls. I would request our captain Zafar to please collect the award on his behalf. Let's have a big round of applause. And now for the man of the match for today's exciting match is Lieutenant Colonel Nishant Kalra for his 3 wickets and opening knock. And now I would request the Army Commander, sir, if you could please present the winner's trophy to the Eastern Army Command, led by the Captain Jayjeet Jaiswal. So can we request the whole team to come for a photograph with you? Jayjeet, please get your team. Congratulations to the Eastern Army Command for winning this Friendship Cup for the 2nd year in a row. Thank you so much. We will request all the participants to please come for a group photograph in front of the clubhouse.
हाँ जी